All right. Good morning again, everyone. My name is Lauren. I'm joined by Morris. He's our manager of applicant experience. So he's definitely going to be managing our chat, dropping our participant application, and sharing some key information. So if you don't want to come off mute, no problem. You will be able to be active in the chat and talk with our WPSI team members. The session will be recorded this morning, so that way we have it available to post on our website. We are hosting another info session on Monday as well. And the goal is just to share more about the program, the expectations, and a quick Q&A with some team members that partnered with us in CHOP to really prepare for the clinical lab assistant program, and then for participants to be successful once they complete. My name is Lauren. I'm a team member here at WPSI. I'm going to be leading this conversation. So again, it will be a lot of me talking, but sharing some great information about this program. This is our second time offering the CLA program in partnership with our great team members at CHOP. So I'm really, really excited. Different from our other programs, this includes some on-the-job training. So it's a great opportunity to earn while you learn, to be a CLA at a great organization such as CHOP. We'll be here for about an hour. We're going to talk about WPSI, and that's the West Philadelphia Skills Initiative. We're going to talk about the CHOP Clinical Lab Assistant One Role, our program schedule. So you can see is this schedule. You can commit and plan to be present at all of our sessions to earn and learn. The applicant process, so that way you can be successful. And then we're going to hear from our partners at CHOP for some Q&A. So a little bit about WPSI, the West Philadelphia Skills Initiative. We design and we run programs that connect you as job seekers to the tools and supports needed to build a career that's meaningful to you. We at WPSI, we're a bold solution that's necessary to close the opportunity gap in Philadelphia. We run year-round, cohort-based, job-driven training programs. We harness the hiring power of our area's major employers, such as CHOP, while cultivating our neighbors' talent. We engage our employers in order to understand their workplace culture, hiring practices, turnover issues, to develop the customized solutions to meet their needs. WPSI, we work with different partners and employers across the city to identify these high quality career building opportunities. So that way we can connect unemployed Philadelphians to this role and to their career journey. We identify those jobs. We learn all we can about what it takes to apply, interview, and be successful in these roles. And then we build a customized program so that way you can be successful and add value to the CHOP team. So this is how we do what we do. We match employer needs and job seeker needs. So we definitely study the employer needs and the job seeker needs. We customize our training to prepare participants not only for the job at the end of the tunnel, but for a career. For this specific program, we're partnered not only with CHOP, but with our Career Link in Philadelphia to offer the on-the-job training opportunity so you can earn the additional skills for the day-to-day at CHOP to be successful in the role. We reach out to our community through email lists, community-based organizations, social media, technical schools, and other networks, so that way we can meet with talented individuals who are ready and willing to contribute value to their next employer. And then, of course, we make successful matches. Our goal is to match our program graduates to full-time work where they can be successful and, again, add value to their employer and to themselves. So the energy we bring to our employer relationships, we also bring them to our job seeker relationships. Our goal is to build a trusting cohort, and we create a solution so that way for you, the job seeker, can be successful in the role and be confident to show up and show out once you start at CHOP. Here's just some results. Data doesn't lie. I'm going to call out some points here.
96% of our graduates connect to employment. Our starting wage, or our average starting hourly salary, is $18.20 an hour post-program. And more than 81% of our program graduates are alumni, retain employment 1+ year after graduating from our program. We have a lot of alumni support, everything from networking, additional professional development, career coaching. Even when you start your on-the-job training at CHOP, you'll still have touch points with us, because our goal is to make sure that you continue to be successful once you join their team. Now I'm going to share a little bit about working for the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. CHOP is the nation's first hospital devoted exclusively to the care of children. Open since 1855, CHOP has been the birthplace for countless breakthroughs in first and pediatric medicine. Built on a foundation of delivering safe, high-quality, family-centered care, the hospital has fostered medical discoveries and innovations that have improved pediatric healthcare and saved countless children's lives. Today, families facing complex conditions come to CHOP from all over the world. Now let's learn a little bit about the role and what the team at CHOP is looking for. Of course, it's a goal. We want you to complete the on-the-job training to become a clinical lab assistant 1. This won't be easy. You're going to be earning while you learn, but it's really hands-on training. You're going to be studying materials, working with CHOP team members. It's an intense technical training program, but it's designed in order for you to ask questions, build that sense of community, and be successful on your day-to-day as a CLS. Of course, they want you to be compassionate, patient-focused, and empathetic. You're going to be working with patients who are children and their families. So we want to make sure you keep that in mind and make sure you have a patient focus and a patient-first attitude. Computer proficient. You have to learn their data management system, Epic. You're going to be doing some data management, switching between platforms while providing patient care. So you want to be comfortable and confident in navigating the computers and the internet. Excellent customer service experience. If you're applying for this program, or if you already applied, you have an opportunity now with all these new tips to resubmit your application. You want to highlight that customer service experience. If you worked with patients before, if you worked with healthcare before, if you had any phlebotomy experience or training, you want to definitely highlight that in your application. High school diploma and GED, and that's a requirement for all of our programs here at WPSI. And of course, trustworthy. They're going to be working with specimens. They're going to be working with patients. They want to make sure that what you're submitting is quality. If there's any problems, you communicate them. You're a team member that wants to problem solve as well. So you definitely want to be able to learn from your mistakes, share those things out with your supervisors and operations team, so that, again, you can be successful and be offering that great patient care and quality service. Last but not least, you do not mind working with blood. So you can see I'm on this side of the program, right? Sharing this great opportunity with you versus actually sticking patients, working with blood or with specimens. So you want to definitely be comfortable with it. We did this program last year, and a lot of the interview responses included, I love working with specimens, I love working with blood, making sure that those specimens were prepared properly for the scientists or the other technicians and next steps. Those things were highlighted in interviews, and those individuals tend to be successful in this role. So now I want to walk you through the career pathway. A few more slides, y'all, but this is all great information so that way you can prepare for the next steps in this process. Of course, if you move forward in our program, Morris will be your key point of contact. So if you're talking to him a lot or you have any questions, he is the person to talk to work through this recruitment process before you actually enroll in the program. So thanks, Morris, for all your help up front. As a participant, you'll be enrolled in WPSI's professional development program for 3 weeks. We'll be working Monday through Friday, 9 a.m., 12 p.m. everything from growth mindset, problem solving skills, shifting perspectives, emotional intelligence. You'll also get a brand new resume customized for this position. You'll be earning a stipend for these 3 weeks, $150 per week, but you'll be considered a participant. You'll also be completing your onboarding at SHOP. So you might have to leave for an occupational medical appointment, but it makes sense to kind of take care of those onboarding tasks so that way there's no breaks or lapse in you starting to work at SHOP and being in the on the job training component. Then you move to be a student. You'll be working at CHOP as a student, 8 weeks of on the job training. Again, studying materials, hands on training. You'll be in a study group with the other members of your cohort, working with phlebotomists, operation team members, supervisors, really learning the role, the day to day, and providing services to patients and their families. During this 8 weeks, you'll be earning $15 an hour. No benefits just yet, but again, earning while you're learning this role. The schedule for this is 7:30 to 3:30, Monday through Friday. We like to call out the schedules when we know them so that way you can prepare. Then, if you're successful in completing that on the job training and receive the sign off from CHOP's management team, you'll be able to start as the clinical lab assistant one at CHOP, earning $17 an hour plus SHOP benefits. The schedule will be the availability that's open and that will be assigned to you, and that can be a morning, evening, and night shift, but you'll have stable hours. During the interview process, you will learn more about the potential schedules as well. We like to call out what we know. For this program, and you'll see on the next slide, that before you even start professional development, you will have your interview with CHOP. Do not worry, don't need to be nervous because WPSI has prepared a solution for that. The reason why you're interviewing earlier with CHOP before our professional development is for your onboarding. So that way you can start CHOP without any breaks in your schedule, right? And it helps monitor what you're committed to and the expectations of the program, right? We will have a pre-interview day. It's an invite only, December 21st at 9 a.m. Gifty's on the call. You don't have to come up mute Gifty, but she'll be facilitating that session. So you'll get an interview expert that is going to give you some tips before you meet with the great team members at CHOP. So save that date because if you move forward, you'll be required to attend to get those pre-interview tips. We know it's right before the holiday, but we're working to get you ready for your interviews at the top of 2024. You'll interview with CHOP, and if you move forward in our program, you'll have a participant agreement meeting with WPSI staff. That's where you'll learn about the program, the expectations, but also the commitment that WPSI is making, what you're making, what CHOP is making in order for you to be successful in this program, our attendance policy, assignments that you'll have to complete. That way you know exactly what you're signing up for. We have a great partner in the Career Link that allows us to offer the on-the-job training. So you will be, you'll get more information about a WIOA registration date. WIOA is a program that's offered at our local Career Link where you have opportunities for additional case management supports, but also activities such as the on-the-job training. We can offer it with great partners like CHOP, so that way you can earn and learn. After your professional development, which will start on the 16th, that Tuesday, after the holiday, January 15th. Again, onboarding supports while you're in professional development so that you can start the on-the-job training February the 5th and be ready to go for that. You'll be in that training for 8 weeks, and then we're going to end it with a celebration, our closing focus group, and feedback session. One, to celebrate you and your successes starting at CHOP, and also to learn about your experience with WPSI on the job training at CHOP, and then now starting your career as a CLA1. Now, this is also a really, really important slide because now I'm going to talk through kind of the recruitment process in order for you to participate in kind of that calendar of events and activities. So, of course, you want to submit a WPSI application.
You need to live in Philadelphia, um, have a high school diploma, GED. But I need to call out WPSI's application and recruitment process is very competitive, right? So you want to make sure you complete a very detailed application. So taking some of the tips that you learned today, resubmit an application if you feel like you're missing something or if you want to add more so that way you're confident in your submission. Talk about your customer service experience, healthcare experience, and why this program will allow you to be successful to work with an organization such as CHOP. I know Morris is dropping the links, but I see the chat is really active. If you move forward after that application, you'll be invited to a WPSI interview day. That will consist of interviewing with a WPSI team member, a reading assessment for classroom management and make sure that we plan accordingly to meet their needs. And then we'll also ask you to submit onboarding documents, similar to documents that you would submit if you were hired at a job. You want to make sure you have those materials collected and ready. So when you start your onboarding at CHOP, there's no delays. Then it's our pre-interview session, again, invite only, to get you ready, get those nerves out before you interview with the CHOP team. Interviews with CHOP starting early January 2024. And if you move forward after that, it's our participant agreement meeting. Then you'll join our WPSI professional development for 3 weeks. And then, of course, on the job training at CHOP. So that's kind of the order of operations to be in our applicant experience. The deadline to apply is December 13th at 5 p.m. So if you're still thinking about it, you still have time to apply. And if you need to resubmit an application, you still have time to do so. Or if you're a case manager on the call, you still got time to connect with your applicants, your participants, in order for them to submit a detailed application to move forward in this program. All right, I'm going to stop talking for a bit, and stop sharing my screen, because I know we have some CHOP team members on the call. So I'm going to give them a minute. I see Bree. Hey, Bree. I see Kareem. I saw you when you came in, Kareem. So I'm going to kick it off with, of course, asking a few questions, everybody. Then I'll turn it over to the chat to see if we had any questions come in. So I'll gear this more towards Kareem. What does it take to be successful as a clinical lab assistant at CHOP?
Good morning, guys. Pretty much what it takes to be successful is having an open mind and a drive to do, good things and just, have a great customer service attitude. That's pretty much what it takes for you to succeed.
Sorry, buddy, I was on mute. Thank you for that, Kareem. I have one more question. What parts of the work tend to be the most difficult, and how does the team at CHOP provide support?
That's actually a good question. I think the most difficult for being a CLA at CHOP is being adaptable to the unforeseen situations. Like working in a hospital and healthcare, we see a lot of interesting situations, I would say, is the best way to put it. But also working in pediatrics, you see things that you normally would not see in most normal hospitals. As a CLA, you just being adaptable to the situation. The way we're supported with that is pretty much with our frontline management team, from our supervisors and managers, as well as to our leads. Pretty much working like a family aspect and helping each other get through things.
Thank you for that, Kareem. Anita, I see you on the screen too. Is there anything you want to add just about what to kind of expect joining the CHOP team, and any support that your team will offer the students when they come in the door?
I think Kareem hit the nail on the head. Being adaptable is the best seat that you could kind of sit in, because like you said, there are so many different facets of the workflow that happens or that don't happen frequently. And it's just all about, utilizing your resources. And pretty much what we offer is a level of support that is around 24/7. A lot of our leadership make themselves available on our own personal cell phones as well. So it's like you're never alone. So that's pretty much what we offer.
Thank you for that. And I did have one more question, and it's for Bree, and it's really about the onboarding process. Is there any tips that we can share with applicants? I know the biggest thing is check that email, be responsive, but anything else that you'll be looking for in a potential
applicant for the CLA role?
I think you chose Bree, but you're smiling though, so it's a good read.
Most important thing is with, okay.
I think we can hear you. Oh no. I think it went out. That's technology.
Me okay?
Now we can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say exactly. And then
Oh,
10.
it's going in and out for us, Bree. Let's try it one
If
more
you
time.
could keep up with everything, oh, you hear?
Yeah, I think every time I interrupt you, and then it starts working.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had to join on my phone. I was struggling to get in on my laptop. So that basically just keeping up with all the tasks, process, as well as asked a little bit about, you know, what we look for in a candidate. And I would our care, and that's you may have mentioned those already: integrity, compassion, accountability, respect, excellence. Someone who's in about working with children. It's a real area. So, you know, we certainly look for individuals who have that same warm and welcoming personality.
Thank you for that, Bree, and being flexible with the technology with us this morning too.
No problem.
Before I open it up to the Q&A and read out some questions I did see in the chat, I want to review the key dates because again, we want to make sure you understand the time commitment that you're making. After you apply for the program, WPSI will notify you about next steps via email. The best way to reach out to us is at our WPSI email. So Moore's going to drop that in the chat too. So you definitely want to check your email. Star WPSI. If you move forward, star top. So that way those emails come to your focus. You'll get a pre-interview day invite if you are moving forward, again, to get you ready for your interviews with CHOP, December the 21st, right at WPSI's office at 9 a.m. Just so you know kind of our location, we're at 40th and Market. So we're right by that 40th L station. You walk maybe a block and then you'll see us. And I know Morris, he'll give you an email with all of those details, trust me. If you move forward from our pre-interview date, you'll have your interview with CHOP with all details emailed to you. If you move forward from that, our participant agreement meeting, which will be virtual on January the 11th, 2024. And then programming will start January the 16th, that Tuesday, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., Monday through Friday. I wanted to make sure I go over that. So now let me see if I can get to some of the questions. I'm at the good morning right now. Someone asked if there's an age requirement for the program. You just need to be 18 or older and live in Philadelphia, high school diploma, GED. I'm sorry if it was anything that you put in here, feel free to ask the question in the chat. I'll try to make sure I repeat anything that was missed. And we also have another session on Monday as well. So I'm going to blame the bad audio on the snow as I look out my window. I reviewed when everything starts, and you'll also get an email with all of those next steps as well. We're really big on written communication, and Morris already dropped those things in the chat, including the link. How many participants are we looking for the program? We're looking for 8 participants for this cohort. We want to make sure that everybody gets a quality training experience. So special thanks to Kareem and Arnita and their team to making sure that training experience is not only hands-on, but it creates an opportunity for everybody to work together, that sense of community, and really learn what your team does on a day-to-day basis. Our letter of exemptions acceptable? Unfortunately, for WPSI programming, no.
So you want to submit your vaccine card, full proof of that vaccination in order to move forward. Now, if you want to apply to different positions on your own without working with WPSI, we always encourage folks to do that. But with the exemptions, we don't control kind of that process. You're working with HR teams and legal teams. We want to make sure you're successful. And we know that folks who complete our WPSI process, submit those documents, they can move forward successfully through our program and start at CHOP. Thanks for that question. Do you have to be unemployed to be considered? Yes. So for our program, the reason why we have that requirement is, one, this is a huge commitment, right? 3 weeks of professional development. Then you have intensive training once you start your 8-week training of on-the-job training at CHOP. We want to make sure that you plan to make every session, plan to make every workshop, every work day, right? Again, we're all about setting you up for success, right? Now, WPSI does have programs where you can be working part-time or unemployed, some technical training opportunities, but with this training opportunity is during the day and not the flexibility to get those hours in the evening. So we're looking for individuals who can commit to our working and day hours so that way they can be successful in the program. Now, we know I answered all the questions that are in the chat. If there's other questions that anyone has, feel free to ask now. And if there's something that you want to ask, maybe not in front of a big group, I think we have about 42 participants here, please reach out to WPSI's email. Morris is really responsive. He has great team members that back up. That way, if you have any specific questions about your application or something that you might have missed or want to cover, definitely reach out to us so we can connect. And of course, Morris shot the email address for to connect. I told y'all he's on point. Thanks, Morris. All right, y'all. I said you're going to be here an hour, but we covered a lot in 30 minutes. So one, I want to thank our CHOP team for being present. I've always looked forward to working with y'all, and I'm so excited about doing this program for a second time plus, and definitely a great recruitment process. So I'm crossing fingers for that. One last question came in before I finish my thing. How long is the program in total? Not including the recruitment process that already started, it'll be about 11 to 12 weeks. So you'll have your pre-interview day, 3 weeks of professional development, plus the 8-week on-the-job training. The hours for that are for the 8 weeks, it's 7:30 to 3:30 Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Gotta be real specific. 7:30 a.m.
I have a question. What if I don't have my COVID vaccine card anymore because about over the months it had got wear and tear on there. I'm trying to figure out will I be still able to sign up, or one of the requirements is to download the card, the vaccine card, and I don't have it right now, but I don't know how long it's gonna take me to get it.
Yeah, Marcia, that's a great question. Definitely email WPSI because we can provide some supports about where to go to locate your vaccine card in the city. And normally you can get it pretty timely. So that way you'll make it before kind of our requirements to submit, our deadline to submit. And then we have one more question, and I think it's for the CHOP team. That's why I always do my thank yous. Another question always comes in. I appreciate it, y'all. After being accepted and becoming a medical assistant, becoming a CLA at CHOP, basically get it right. Our goal is to be CLAs at CHOP. Is there room to grow and other opportunities to move up to a higher position? So I'll leave kind of the career pathway and growth opportunities to the CHOP team to answer.
I'll take point on that one. Individuals who graduate who successfully complete this program will come in as entry-level CLA 1. Within phlebotomy itself and also CLS, there's a numerous amount of career ladder growth patterns. You can go from a CLA 1 to a 2 to a 3. You can go be a lead for a particular group. You even go into management as well as becoming a supervisor, manager, so on and so forth. You can also specialize, become a different type of clinical lab assistant to even being a medical tech, med tech. You can become laboratory scientist. There's a numerous amount of opportunities just within pathology and laboratory medicine alone, not to mention within CHOP as an institution. So sky's the limit.
Thank you for that, Kareem. Right. All right, everybody. Now, after thinking CHOP, I want to thank everybody for joining our session. Again, the application deadline to apply is December the 13th at 5 p.m. If you already applied and you're like Lauren and Morris, I know I can submit a stronger application, please submit that stronger application. If you have any questions, we are really transparent of telling you the great benefits of the role, also the challenges and the support. Reach out to the WPSI at email. This session will also be recorded, so if you missed anything, or if you want to join us on Monday at 1 p.m., we're hosting another session to make sure we answer all of your questions. And of course, good luck with this process. You know it's competitive, but you being here during this information session, one, meeting with the team at CHOP, right? So that's a great introduction. And you're already getting tips that you can use for the recruitment process, your application, your interview, and more. So you're already starting off in the right direction. So thank you and good luck to everybody. Have a great day.